Hi everyone, I'm Jane Trotter and this is Accelerando Piano. Today's tutorial is all about how to improve your scale playing by making your thumb turn under easier and more fluent. Alrighty, there are two components to passing your thumb under in your scales. The first, obviously, you've got to turn your thumb under. And the second, for those keen-eyed observers amongst you, when I did my thumb turn under, I also had a little pivot on my third finger to allow my thumb to pass under. So that wrist freedom, that lateral movement, gives me much more scope and ease of movement to pass my thumb underneath. Now, let me show you what happens if you only do one of them and you don't combine them. Let's try it this way. I'm going to not do the pivot and I'm going to do my thumb turn. Now I can pass it under and I can just reach it, but it feels a bit constricted. So that alone doesn't work. Let's try the pivot without passing my thumb under. So I'm going up to there. Okay, there's my thumb. I'm not moving my thumb. Oh, I can still get there though, because I can do that. But look what's happened. My elbow is now taking off. My wrist is hideously aligned. My thumb is pretty much straight, which you don't want, because then it's got to turn back down again to carry on with the rest of the scale. So by themselves, they're no good. You got to do both together. Right. Let's try it again. So as I'm walking up, I'm starting to pivot and I'm moving my thumb at the same time. So it all nicely aligns at that point. See, I'm prepared. My thumb is already there. Excellent. I just walk up. Now, it's even more important with your fourth finger when you're doing that next octave, because if I try and get my thumb under and only do the pivot without the turn, oh, that's just not going to work. No good. So I have to do my thumb turn under. But if I just try and do my thumb, that's even harder for me to get there without doing my nice little lateral twist. Okay? So make sure when you're doing your thumb turns under that you combine the action of turning your thumb and doing the little pivot on the finger to allow your thumb to pass under nice and easily. There we go with 4. I'm doing my pivot, I'm passing my thumb underneath. Pivot. And it means you can do them nice and fast, comfortably and fluently. Here's another little tip you might like to check out. When we're playing, obviously our hands are in this orientation. We're looking down. We're so used to that. We often forget that we can check things out the other way. Palm up. So when you are doing your scales and you want to practice your thumb turn and actually see how far you can get your thumb across, try doing it like that. So you're aiming for that crease with your little finger. Now notice I'm moving from down here, so I've got lots of mobility with my thumb. I'm not isolating the movement from here and just doing that, which feels really constricted and very foreign because I'm not used to doing it like that. So that, which doesn't get you very far, as opposed to engaging all of your thumb and all of your movement. So you can think about that as you do your scales. See how easy that is to just pass under with the pivot. So you want to combine both. if you want to try out just a short little exercise to isolate that thumb turn movement, you can try this. So check it out for my left hand. I'm just going to go down to my third finger and I'm going to practice the thumb turn, and then I'm going to come back. So see if you can keep everything very fluent. So your movements are all super coordinated. One thing to think of is not to leave your thumb turn too late. You probably heard what happened. I did a massive bump on that thumb when I turned it under. So don't leave your movement too late. You can also try it with your fourth finger turn. So I can go all the way down to my fourth finger and practice that turn there. And notice I've got that nice pivot, thumb turns under, comes back up. So there are useful exercises you can do just to isolate and practice that thumb turn. Remember, you want to be quite mobile with your wrists. You can see I'm going back and forwards there. One thing you can think of actually, just to help with that sort of very sinewy wrist freedom, is imagine you're polishing a table. So you can see there, my wrist is going back and forwards really easily, really comfortably. I'm not polishing like that, where it's just very stationary. I'm going up, I'm coming back. And my wrist and my arm are just one gesture, if you like, one movement. And you can narrow it down and do it faster. And there you have it. That's that pivot action that you want with your wrist. So go and polish the table or polish the car. Let's very quickly look at what happens when you're going the other way in your scale. So not so much a case of your thumb passing under, but your fingers going over the top of your thumb. So probably the easiest word I can come up with to describe that is almost like a roll. Because when I'm coming down, it's almost just like a little roll. My third finger goes over, and more importantly here, I've just got a tiny roll on my thumb. This guy comes across. I'm not doing a massive movement with my elbow going up like that. I'm letting this guy come across. It's that movement again with your thumb. See, I'm right over with the crease of my little finger there. I've let that pass right under, and that comes right across. So it's that mobility, that sideways movement that you want to allow this guy to come across and then down. So think of a little roll and allowing your thumb, in fact that might be another exercise you could try. Allowing that to roll and allowing your finger to come right across without having to twist up here. So there you have it, a couple of tips to help with turning your thumb under in your scales. Remember, two things have got to happen in harmony. Your thumb's got to turn and pass under, but at the same time, you need to do a little pivot with that finger to allow your thumb to pass under. If you try and do one without the other, you're going to run into trouble and it's going to slow you down in your speed and your fluency in your scales. So try that out. Do it slowly so you can really feel what's happening, and then you can gradually increase the speed, and gradually you'll have that beautiful, smooth, flowing scale up and down. Brilliant.